What's up, Facebook? So, snowy morning here, and I want to talk about my new book. Like I've been chronicling the journey, and I'm about halfway through, but let's talk about chapter 5. And chapter 5 is about social media, but not only about social media, but which ones to use, why to use them, how to use it. What's your goal of social media? So if you haven't been following my journey, I wrote a book called Don't 86 Your Restaurant Sales this time a year ago. And it's on a specific product that we use in the restaurant business for marketing called the ROI Engine. And the second book I'm writing, which I wanted to have come up before this, but I didn't have the vision for it, is called Put Butts in the Seats by Creating Your Own Radio Station. And the concept is teaching restaurateurs, but also entrepreneurs and anybody in the business world, how to create an audience, a following, and how to cultivate them. And there's 14 chapters, of which 8 chapters are 8 skills that you're going to acquire in your toolkit to help you grow a database and to cultivate an audience. And it's going to be a pretty cool book because each chapter is going to have information about that skill. And then it's also going to have interviews from entrepreneurs, specifically restaurant owners, that talk about how they're using that skill. And there's going to be case studies, and there's going to be modules on how to learn how to use that. So the first chapter in the book that goes into the first skill is chapter 5, and it is social media. So let's talk about social media, what to use, why to use it, and how to use it. So number one, you've got to settle on how you can dominate and own one social media platform before you go to the next. And a good example is me. I do a lot of Facebook. I do a decent amount of YouTube. Next in line would be LinkedIn and Instagram, kind of tied. And I get asked all the time why I don't do more on Instagram. I'm like, well, honestly, I haven't figured out how to dominate Facebook yet. So I call it building a bridge. Don't build a bridge. Don't build 5 partial bridges over a river and have them all hanging off. Finish one bridge at a time. And I think that's one of the problems people do is they try and do all social media instead of just dominating the ones. So when you look at social media, yes, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's Snapchat, there's YouTube, there's LinkedIn. I don't think MySpace is still around. I don't know. I got some live viewers here. If MySpace is still there, let me know. I don't think it is. Just joking. But when you think about what social media to use, think about where your audience is. There's a guy named Grant Cardone I've heard speak a few times, and I've read one of his books, or I guess 2 of his books. And he has a saying. He says, "Who's got my money?" And he's not saying who's got my money, like his money. He's saying where are his customers? Where's their attention going? Is there a place that his people that have money to spend that should be spent with him are going? And so maybe that's Instagram. If you've got a big following of 18 to 25, it might be Instagram, it might be Snapchat. Maybe it's Facebook, like me. The majority of people I deal with, I can find really easily on Facebook because the targeting or also just the bandwidth of where they're at and the groups and things of that nature. Maybe it's LinkedIn for you. It all depends on where they're at. So you've got to figure out where the people are at that you want to reach. Like Grant says, who's got my money? Number 2, it comes down to understanding social media and why you're using it. There is one thing that matters and one thing only when it comes to social media, and that is honestly engagement. That if you're not engaging an audience via videos like this, or your Facebook post, or your Instagram post, or your LinkedIn, or people aren't watching your YouTube videos, then number 1, it's not working, it's fruitless. But number 2, that medium is penalizing you. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. We did a case study with a client a while back, a restaurant, on Facebook, and we took one of their pictures that was produced in studio, and it was gorgeous. It was amazing. It was a great picture. And we took a picture off of Instagram of a customer who had taken it with him eating the same exact sandwich with sauce all over his face, a big smile, and just biting into it. We did them side by side, ran some comparisons. The Instagram photo, which was organic and wasn't pretty, 10x the other one. Why? Because it did one key element. It stopped the scroll. It got engagement. So when you look at your social media, you've got to have content that gets engagement, because if you get engagement, then Facebook will, like Facebook, for example, in this case, will reward you with more engagement. So as an example, let's say you've got 5,000 fans and you put a post up that does really well, and Facebook shows it to 500 people and you get really good engagement. Well, then the next time you do a post, Facebook's going to give it a little more weight and they're going to show it to more people. Now, don't bomb. So the more, don't put something terrible up again. So the more times you do that, the tides rise. And we see that a lot with our clients' campaigns. We run really high level engagement ads for our clients, and we'll see their average Facebook reach and engagement double and triple in 60 days. And the reason is Facebook sees that we're doing a good job of getting customers to engage, and so they show it organically to more people. And then those customers, when they engage, that enables it to be shown organically. They might share it, and they just showed 300 friends. So engagement. Now, I said something earlier you might not have heard before. It's called stopping the scroll. A lot of people don't realize this in the business world on Facebook, and I don't know how true this is on other places. I know YouTube, it has some effect as well with regards to where the video is watched, how much of it. But let's talk about Facebook here for the instance. If you can't stop the scroll, then you're not going to get engagement. And Facebook looks at stopping the scroll as a key metric of what we call negative feedback on a post or an ad. So meaning if you've got a Facebook post and you make it, imagine this coffee cup is my phone, and people are scrolling and they stop to look at it, you've stopped the scroll. You've gotten their attention, step one. Step two, engagement, comment, like, click. Like I'll give you a little pointer here. This isn't actually part of the chapter. Maybe I should add this. If you see a post, if you write a post that's like 1 or 2 sentences, it doesn't engage, doesn't get people to do anything. If you put enough content in that Facebook post where they have to click the see more button, that is a metric that Facebook sees as positive feedback. So I'm Matt Plapp, I'm scrolling through, I see Bill Herlofsky's Facebook post, I go, oh, that looks pretty cool, and I click see more. Now it expands that. So Facebook sees Matt Plapp stopped, Matt Plapp clicked see more. Okay, why? What in this post worked? And then he takes that, then Facebook would take that data and also help find more people that might be like me based on our demographic similarities and show that post because it has proof that Matt Plapp stopped and Matt Plapp clicked the see more. So that's a huge thing, is understanding the stopping the scroll, understanding that you have to get people to stop, to engage, to really get into your audience. And man, we got Billy Jean watching, my coach from California. Dude's amazing at stopping the scroll. What's up, Billy? Watching live on Facebook. He's one of the people, actually, ironically, this is crazy because in this chapter I've got case studies and people I want to interview and talk about different topics, and he's one of the people I have written down to interview about this chapter because he understands how to engage content that stops the scroll. My entire journey 3 years ago started with me seeing a Facebook ad that Billy ran on Facebook advertising and a flash drive for a webinar that led into his program. Well, here we are, probably between him and a bunch of other stuff, a couple $100,000 later, and my company 4X'd because of his engaging content. So thanks, Billy. Appreciate it. Hope you're still watching. Love you to death, man. Can't wait to see you in about a month in traffic and conversions. So when you think about engagement, when you think about stopping the scroll, you got to think about what works. Now, how do you know what works with your social media? It's pretty damn easy. There's insights. Facebook, as an example, if you go to your page insights and look at the posts, you can look in there and see what stopped the scroll. You know, we have content meetings, and we have a person on our team that works on content for some of our clients, and their job is each month to go into the Facebook page and look at the past 30 to 60 days and see what got people to stop the scroll, what got on the comment, what got on the like, what got the most reach, what got the most engagement, what got the most shares. And then look at that post and examine. Was it the text? Was it the call to action? Was it the picture? Was it the theme of the picture? A great example, we looked at one recently that a client of ours had made because we were giving them feedback on what works and what doesn't. And they had a great picture of 2 of their employees at the counter with a big smile, and they had something about who they were and what they did there and how long they'd been there. That got great engagement because people that eat there see those people on a daily basis. And they understand that they relate to that. So that's a key element. Another one was I had a client of mine that did a big post about a charitable event, and that got a lot of engagement. And so make your top 5 or 10 things every month. Like we just literally sent this to 2 clients yesterday, the top 5 posts in the last 30 days and why we think those 5 posts were the top ones. And hey, here's how we can replicate that success in February. Here's the goal to do that for 15 posts this month. And then we'll look at this month in February. I guess February we'll look at the month when it comes up to the end and we'll see how those did. So think about planning out what you're saying instead of just doing it. And that's the big thing. Like I have a PT session with Dylan twice a week at our gym. He doesn't just randomly have me walk in and do stuff. He understands my weaknesses, understands my goals. And he knows that in order for me to get my goals, there's certain things he has to build within me. Like me, it's my hamstrings, my quads, my core, my chest that are going to help me take care of my goals. So think about that with your social media. So that's what this chapter is. That's what the chapter 5 of the book is understanding social media, what to use, how to use it, why to use it. Take it, run. I'll keep you updated. And if you're watching still, thank you. It's a long time to watch me. Comment. You can message my page, NEWBOOK, 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 one word. Private message my page, this page you're watching this on, and it'll trigger a sequence in Messenger to tag you that you want to see the new book. Because what we're going to have is we're going to have a beta launch with it. There's going to be a membership site behind the book, but it's going to be a way to learn how to use the 8 tools in the book to create your own radio station. I appreciate all the good comments. Ty Jackson, my man, loved watching your video this morning on that new home that one of your clients built down in Florida. It was unbelievable. So if you're in the world of needing content created to stop the scroll, that guy Ty Jackson creates some amazing video content. So if you're watching this live on Facebook or later on in Facebook, private message the page. It's my public figure page, Matt Plapp. It's facebook.com/TheRealMattPlapp. The reason it's The Real is my personal page, my friend page is Matt Plapp. So The Real Matt Plapp, not The Real Slim Shady. If you're on LinkedIn or YouTube or somewhere else, go to my Facebook page, private message me, new book, and you'll get updated when the book comes out. You'll get the first copies, and you'll also be invited to a beta program that's going to walk you through how to create your own radio station and put butts in the seats. Hopefully the snow stops soon. See you later.